And so the Egyptian kings and their secrets were found out slowly, while their magicians and wizards and their eternal burning lamps were discovered. The secrets of alchemy. How were the lamps kept lit for thousands of years?
How were the ancients able to produce lamps which could burn without fuel for hundreds, and in some cases, thousands of years? The secret of the eternal flame was regarded as God's sole property, but the ancient Egyptians, they figured it out. The ancient Egyptians believed their dead needed a light to guide them on their journey to the underworld. So before a tomb was sealed, the custom was to place an eternal burning lamp inside. Not only was it an offering to the god of the dead, but it was the belief that the light kept away evil spirits. Based on ancient records, these mysterious eternal burning lamps were discovered in tombs and temples all over the world, going back even to the Middle Ages, where more than 170 medieval authors wrote about this strange phenomenon. It is unfortunate that so many of these lamps were destroyed by early-day vandals and looters who feared they possessed supernatural powers. The stories of these lamps are quite remarkable. When Saint Augustine described an Egyptian temple dedicated to the goddess Venus, which contained a lamp which could not be extinguished, he declared it to be the work of the devil. In 527 AD, in Syria, during the reign of Emperor Justinian, soldiers discovered an ever-burning lamp over a gateway, elaborately enclosed to protect it from the air. According to the inscription, it was lit in 27 AD. The lamp had burned for over 500 years before the soldiers who found it destroyed it.
Hey!
In 140 near Rome, a lamp was found burning in the tomb. The lamp, which had been alight for over 2,000 years, could not be extinguished by ordinary methods. It turned out that neither water nor blowing on the flame stopped it from burning. The only way to extinguish the remarkable flame was to drain off the strange liquid contained in the lamp bowl. In about 1540, a burning lamp was found in a tomb in Rome. The lamp had burned in the sealed vault for 1,550 years and was extinguished when it was exposed to air, and many tombs were plundered. In notes to St. Augustine in 1610, it's reported that a lamp was found in 1580 AD. According to the inscription, the lamp was burning for 1,500 years. However, when it was touched, it fell into pieces. For centuries, the answer to the riddle of what type of renewable fuel the ancients used has remained a mystery. Researching the topic of these eternal lamps, and it wasn't until someone reported opening a tomb and finding strange liquid silver drops on the floor that ignited the spark to discovering the answers as to how the eternal flame may have burnt for thousands of years. Mercury was the key tool of the early alchemists along with sulfur and salt. These were believed to be the Earth's three principal substances. The ancient alchemists used them in combination to perform what often appeared as magic. Mercury has some interesting effects. It can be extremely volatile and has been coined the eagle. Unless it is effectively contained and sealed, it rises into the air and is lost. In 1675, a French astronomer named Jean-Félix Picard made a remarkable observation. He was carrying a mercury barometer when he noticed that the empty space glowed as the mercury jiggled. Many people tried to explain this phenomenon, among which an English scientist named Francis Huxley, who was the first to demonstrate a gas discharge lamp in 1705, operated with static electricity. 100 years later, a Russian self-taught electrical technician described for the first time the phenomenon of the electrical arc, which led to different kinds of discharge light sources. One such type of high-intensity discharge lamp uses mercury vapor. But how would such a mercury vapor lamp work? A gas discharge lamp is a light source that generates light by creating an electrical discharge through ionized gas. In other words, ionized gas from the heated mercury builds up in the sealed tomb, creating a self-sustaining electrical charge that fuels the light. Mercury has thermal conductivity, gives off heat, and can act much like a fusion reactor under certain conditions. I'm no scientist, but you can find a lot about how Mercury works by searching the internet, and it adds up. Perhaps this mystery is no mystery at all. It's interesting to note it was often reported that when a tomb was opened, the light went out. This would make sense if built-up gas was released upon a tomb's opening. This may also explain why so many tomb robbers and archaeological workers reported feeling acutely ill after entering many of these tombs. They were being exposed to mercury vapor poisoning and an invisible, odorless enemy. Maybe the ancients intended to place such a toxic and deadly curse on any who should disturb their final resting place. Somewhere down the line, they had to suspect something in the tombs was hazardous to one's health. As a result, it was not uncommon for those opening a tomb to first drill 2 holes in the vault door, thereby allowing the gas or evil spirits to escape prior to entering. The story is written by Kathy J. Fortetti, and as she was writing the story, a breaking news story occurred the very week of its writing. Archaeologists discovered large quantities of liquid mercury beneath the pyramid of the Feathered Serpent. They suspect there are tombs down there. Local research told reporters that it completely surprised them. They had no idea whether liquid mercury was present or what use the ancients might have had for it. However, Sergio Gomez, a local researcher, does reveal that liquid mercury has been found at 3 other ancient sites. The mainstream archaeological community hasn't figured it out yet, even though the pieces aren't too hard to piece together. Their explanation: mercury might have been used to symbolize an underground river. Mercury's sleek look and reflectivity must have lent to its ritualistic use. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if they found tomb lamps down there. Maybe it was a factory. Hopefully, they will also find more answers to the ancient art of alchemy. Go on by Trinfinity8.com. Dr. Kathy Forty is a clinical psychologist, inventor of the Trinfinity 8 technology, and author of the book Fractals of God, a psychologist's near-death experience and journeys into the mystical. Check it out. Because I don't read everything, I just grab little bits and pieces and aim you in the right direction to do more research. Sorry.
And so